Now, I've revisited quite a few bad episodes of Monday Night Raw in my time, but this episode from Christmas Eve 2002 is an experience, or as it's better known if you're cultured,
a Festivus for the rest of us.
Jimmy, hit me with that 2002 Raw intro.
With the game, Triple H, the world champion, and well, that is a big fucking deal.
God knows it's hard to be humble when you're Triple H.
I'm so jealous of Stephanie. Show opens up as much of the Ruthless Aggression era did, with Triple H saying,
I am that damn good.
Before he's interrupted by... I'm hooting, I'm hollering, and I'm hunting.
Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome to Monday Night Raw.
One thing that I always love about these older wrestling shows and these older wrestling episodes is the sheer amount of crowd signs that we see. It's genuinely a lost art in professional wrestling.
1 week for this World Tag Team Title matchup.
Oh, he's in my face. Vic, it's the Booker Man, y'all. Yeah, man.
But seriously, I am kind of starting to realize everywhere I go, they follow.
6-woman Santa's little helper match. Look at those outfits. How'd you like to stuff their stockings, JR?
What did he just say? We're on live TV for about 3.5 seconds. And this guy immediately chose, yeah, I'm gonna be a horny deviant. A very large part of me is still very much in love with Stacy Keibler and Trish Stratus, so I don't want to give you a red card this early into the game. Do you know what I mean? The whistle's just blown, but at the fuck, I don't want to get cancelled either. You know what, Jerry? I'm gonna give you a warning for that. It should be a red, but it's a yellow.
He's big and he's red.
Introducing his tag team partner.
He's big and he's red. Is his partner Clifford the Big Red Dog? You know, before there was Roman Reigns, there was the original Big Dog, and that was Clifford.
Paul and Rosie.
A combined weight of 720 pounds.
Bro, I gotta say, the aura that this Ruthless Aggression Raw stage possesses is off the charts. Like, what a magnificent stage. I kind of want to make like a TikTok or like a short soon about this, but I genuinely, and I know this is the most common wrestling fan opinion, but I join you. I signed the petition. I miss unique stage pay-per-view sets. Don't even get me started on the beauty that was that Backlash one with the swinging. Oh my god. That was when it was for the love of the game, you know? That was when people actually fucking cared, all right?
Oh, was that a tooth?
Oh my god. I think that was his tooth that just went flying. Yo, Kane, chill.
Rocket launcher one more time. That's no Scud missile. That hit it.
Oh, RVD was so good in his prime, man. I mean, he's still doing it, of course, but like, prime RVD, oh my lord. One of the coolest wrestlers to ever do it.
Van Dam, Mr. Laid Back. He doesn't get too worked up. Too excited about many things.
I wonder why he doesn't get too excited about many things. Maybe it's because he's above all of that.
Smoke weed every day.
High above all of that. RVD and Kane for me are one of those tag teams in WWE history. That was so much fun to watch, but I still feel like I don't really hear people mention it as much as it probably should be mentioned. The way they both bounced off each other's styles is truly something else. They end up getting the W here with a choke slam and a frog splash combo.
Can he? Yes! Jamal Toast! He got the flu again! Can he cover Jamal? Yes! The leg is hooked! And it's home!
Yeah, no worries, Doc. So I can't hear any super loud sounds until I've recovered from my ear transplant surgery. Got it.
And oh my God! Wait a minute!
Oh no, slapping two extremely large Samoan men. This dude's about to look like Squidward with the arse imprint in his face.
At least the finger! That's a unique way I'm motivated, let me tell you!
Oh, what kind of bullshit was that? I thought some kind of war was about to ensue, but it ended up being much like the Cold War, a bunch of fucking nothing. Well, you know, except for that one part in the Cold War where they did that big work about the moon landing. That was pretty cool. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. That was a joke.
Numerous people through this entire building, and they've all told me the same rumor. Triple H is gonna call out Scott Steiner tonight.
Why Val Venus dressed like he's about to get caught meeting up with a girl on Dayline NBC? Why don't you go ahead and take a seat? Hello, I'm Chris Hansen with Dayline NBC, and Val, you've just helloed your last lady.
Hello.
And then Spike Dudley goes ahead and comes in, and I'll be for real, I can't quite describe this run of letters and numbers and sound. So
I can give a beating as well as I take one.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? Well, let's see if you can give tonight in your match when you face Batista.
let's see if you can give tonight. Yeah, you know what, little Spikes to do? Let's go ahead and see how much you can give and then take of Batista's dick, the cock.
I think you need to be showing us the proper respect before I beat it out of you.
Also, the way Val Venis said that first sentence was the most Road to WrestleMania delivery I've ever. Bischoff and Val, or as he's known at this time, Chief Morley, go ahead and decide that if the Dudleys go ahead and get involved in Spike's match, then all three of them are suspended. Chief Morley. Bro, they genuinely gave Jim Ross that Bianca Belair, John Cena trumpet like WrestleMania entrance. What the hell? We then see the definition of D'Lo Brown scaring away the hose. If the hose weren't actually hose and they just had the greatest legs in the history of the business. Can I say that? We also hear what I think should be the slogan for Taco Bell or perhaps KFC in the big 2025.
Down with the Brown.
Yeah, you know what? It's back to back for me. It's a yellow card.
But right now, I kind of have my hands filled with testicles, so to speak.
Down with the Brown. You and I, we're gonna be the talk of the town. Cause you're gonna be down with the Brown. You're gonna be down with the Brown.
Think you the shit, bitch? You're not even the
I don't know who let Raven's dad from That's So Raven wild out inside the WWE, but I want it to stop right now.
So D'Lo Brown with somewhat of a chip on his shoulder, which is not a real flattering trait for D'Lo, to take on a Test who has really been on
the crowd is chanting D'Lo sucks, I think. You know what? After that Stacy Keibler segment, yeah, you sure bet he does.
Certainly would have appeared that perhaps discretion is a...
Oh my god. Yo, Stacy's face as she's looking at D'Lo, good grief. D'Lo reminds me of Jay from The In-Betweeners in this episode. Just everything he does is mildly funny and wildly controversial.
I think Stacy Keibler might drop those testicles and get down with the Brown?
Stop trying to make Down with the Brown work. Down with the Brown, it's not gonna work. D'Lo Brown versus Test goes on for what feels like an eternity, and I'm gonna be honest, who give a fuck?
You hear me? Aggressive! Wow! Oh, D'Lo Brown assaulting the referee.
Until it eventually ends in a disqualification after the referee goes down with the Brown.
Think you the shit, bitch? You're not even the
Brown.
A red card.
D'Lo then decides to commit goonicide before he legs it through the crowd.
He likes it or not. This young woman said no, and she means no. And look at D'Lo. He wants no part of Test, using Stacy as a shield.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Friday in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, fans lined up to get me to sign the copies of my new book. Met a lot of great people.
This motherfucker did a signing in Walmart. You see, a guy like me wouldn't be caught dead in Walmart. That's AI generated. Also, he says tons of people lined up. I'm gonna be real with you, Jer Bear. Come here. I'm looking at the background of this shot, and I'm seeing more people that are trying to get fresh meat and cold cuts than there are to meet you.
We see it every day, and what a privilege.
Why did it just... What the fuck? Why did it just cut to the theme like that? There was no, I'm back. It was just, back. That's me right there when I do a T-bar row at the gym too aggressively. So a guy like me be in the gym pulling that cookie face from Ned's Declassified. I'm doing a T-bar row, I'm like...
Without a doubt, this Royal Rumble will go down as the greatest in WWE history.
SmackDown wrestlers compete head-on against the Raw wrestlers. Absolutely. Right? In the ring at the same time, and the winner will beat their respective world champion, whomever may be at WrestleMania.
Oh no, JR, don't turn around. You're not gonna like the view. Also, why does Val Venis look like the kind of nutty geezer you'd see at 3 a.m. outside a club off his head on some substance that you've never even heard of?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Let's take a look at what happened.
Scar and Jerry Lawler then get exposed for talking trash about Eric Bischoff at the commentary table, although nothing they said is a lie.
You know, I'll tell you what, if he would worry more about business instead of ruining people's lives and humiliating people, we'd have a better television show. Guarantee you. I mean, what the hell?
JR, need I remind you that I have Tony Schiavone's number in my speed dial?
The whole crowd was like, who the fuck is that guy? Tony Schiavone, who the fuck is that? I've never heard of him. What is he, from that fucking piss-on promotion? We beat their arse a year ago.
And Lawler, why it may be good to be king, not tonight.
Eric Bischoff apparently has a very hard stance against reading. Dude was like, oh, so you want to write a book? How about you go book some matches on SmackDown, shut your mouth because you're fired. This is another segment that goes for way too long. Eric eventually says that both commentators will be in a tag match tonight and finally puts the crowd out of their misery.
And when I say misery, I mean like the Great Depression.
I gotta collect my thoughts here. All right, we got two jobs to do now, JR.
Who the fuck is that? The 2000s, no decade had a greater run of just randomly in shape, hoss white guys like the 2000s. Seriously. Chris Nowitzki and Hurricane rolls on as Jerry Lawler and JR are very stressed about their upcoming match.
Hey guys, Maven here.
Oh, of course. Look who's here. And hey guys, Maven here. I'm actually the guy that does the voices for Deonte DDJ videos. And
as a lot of you may know,
haven't clicked that subscribe button yet.
I'm gonna kick your fucking...
Bye guys, Maven not here.
Hey guys, Maven here.
I was a professional wrestler from 2005 until I retired in 2000.
Hey guys, Maven here.
The Shining Wizard by Hurricane. Caught Nowitzki in the temple.
I've got to say, I always did love the Hurricane. Not because of anything he did in his real-life career necessarily, but because of his cameo in Anyway, we then see a backstage interview with Triple H.
I am not afraid of Scott Steiner.
Hey, Jonathan Coachman. If I felt like it, I'd slap him in the head, and I'd slap your balding dome piece too.
If Scott Steiner were here right now, and I felt like it, I would slap him in the head. There wouldn't be a damn thing he could do about it.
Reverberations off your bald dome would change the business forever.
Triple H then goes out to the ring and says, I'm gonna call out
Scott Steiner.
And man, is that segment something. But more on that later.
Man, look at Batista. That's scary. 318 pounds, he's ripped.
I love when Batista is in these episodes. He hasn't been in a ton of them, but when he is...
He's 140 or 50 pounds. Buddy, Batista, 318. Oh, my God. A powerbomb. Whole damn ordeal thanks to our general manager. My God.
Hi officer, I'd like to report a crime committed by an animal. Sorry, not an animal, the animal. Then Batista, before heading back, lets out a very familiar scream. Hang on a second, that sounds like the Lego Star Wars Yoda death sound. Wow, who knew Dave was acting that early on?
You and I could solve another problem of ours. Personally.
Oh boy, here comes that suggestion of Viagra Venus for his Val penis.
You and I competing in a tag team match tonight. A lesson they'll never forget.
Everything about that evil laugh was when Storm and Willie Reeves come in and offer their services to Bischoff, saying, you don't need to be wasting your bloody time, Mr. Bischoff. And I think William Regal calls him a tesseract?
I mean, you don't need to be soiling your hands on such pathetic toe rags.
Like, from the Avengers, or?
Disgusting pervert, that royal imposter Jerry Lawler.
Well, one of those words is definitely not wrong.
Pervert.
Wow. Oh my gosh. It's the girls getting ready for their Santa's little help.
I don't even know if that's PG.
I don't even know if that's legal.
A lot of stretching going on. Ho, 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 JR.
I'm sorry, but ho, 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 with 3 women in the locker room like that, Jerry, they have names, you pervert.
A red car.
Don't you think it's kind of insane that things like this were so normal? Like, nobody stood up in creative back then and was like, so having a feckin' peeping Tom hole in the women's locker room, that's not weird to anybody else? And then the guy that runs the company was probably like, what's wrong with that, pal? That's a great idea. That's ratings. That's television.
Shut up. This is pre-match. I'd like to be in charge of the post-match showering.
Yo, Chris Hansen. Yeah. Hello, is that Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC?
He is the WWE Women's Champion, Victoria!
Creepy Lawler aside, Victoria, one of the most sorely underrated women of the entire women's revolution, in my opinion, still to this day. And I am very excited to play as her in WWE 2K25's DLC coming up. Hashtag not an ad.
And their tag team partner, Steiner. Well, can you imagine how long Stacy Keibler's Christmas stocking is?
Well, I'm sure you probably addressed that in your dreams.
I'd love to stuff it.
My brain hurts.
I try to always be respectful of everybody, especially ladies, but I'm not so sure that Victoria is a lady.
I'm just trying to be respectful of women and all, but I'm not even sure if that goddamn bitch is a woman, with all due respect to feminism and all that crap. JR might be the first guy in history to get cancelled, uncancelled, and cancelled again in the same sentence. But yeah, this match is about what you'd expect of the treatment of a women's division match in WWE in 2002. Elsewhere, maybe it would be different, but here in 2002, it's just a mockery of what these women could actually do. Although at one point, Victoria does go ahead and hit a pretty sweet senton over the top rope, so there's that.
Scott Steiner's gonna have to say.
It's genuinely kind of depressing thinking about the women's division and even superstars in general. Just how many superstars in WWE history were not allowed to shine in their primes because of what era they were in. I think of people like Ivory, I think of people like Victoria, I think of people like Molly Holly. I think about the whole excerpt from Becky Lynch's book where she talks about not wanting to go to WWE when she was younger because this is all it was. And I mean, even by the time Becky Lynch got to WWE in 2013, things were still like similar. We were still kind of coming out of that Divas era, but at least we were on the brink of change. It's just another reason why I want women like Eve Torres and Caitlyn and AJ Lee to come back, because they didn't truly get to cook like I know they can. Anyway, the match eventually comes to an end with a Stratusfaction.
Watch Trish. I don't think Trish is a tire is legal. Yes, it is. Stratusfaction.
Triple H back down from Big Papa Pump for the simple reason I am who I say I am.
Oh man, here we go with a Scott Steiner promo. Triple H! I can't do a good Scott Steiner, but hang on, bear with me. Let me cook. Samoa Joe knows! I can't get it. I can't get it. I need to work on this one. This one needs to be workshopped, okay? Stop looking at me like...
Holler! If you hear me!
See, Triple H... Kermit? You see, Triple H, Triple H has a... Wow, I didn't know that I was gonna be in the World Wrestling Federation, but Triple H has 3 H's, and that means that he only has a 3% chance of winning. You know what?
What on earth is he doing?
A red card.
Yeah, you know what? Get me off. Get me off. Stacy.
A red card.
You're a failure as a performer. You're a failure as a husband. You're a failure as a father. Dustin, you're a failure as a human being.
Yeah, he's also a failure as a brother too, because where was he when Cody was fighting the entire Samoan lineage, huh? Where the fuck was he then? God, imagine if AEW allowed Mox and Dustin to join that fight just for that night. Like, don't get me wrong, wrestling is already insane in its own right, but just imagine how much more insane it would be if like crossovers like that could happen. It was just like random one-offs. Ah, it would be incredible.
Armageddon! And you saw...
Man, this Christian look is not giving. Yeah, hi Doc, yeah, no, so I can't hear any super loud sounds until I've fully recovered from my ear transplant surgery. Yeah, no, I got it this time, okay. It was just Kane last time, it really caught me off guard. I'm sure it won't happen again.
Wow. They're gonna try to hurt us just to get over with Eric Bischoff.
Wow, what a randomly loud pop for a comeback sequence. Yo, these Oklahomans are fucking hyped. Let's be excited for that boy JR. I get it, you know, his energy is infectious. Legend.
Look at that! Look where his scissors kicked. Couldn't find it. What shot that one?
Say, Booker T has one of my favorite movesets ever. Like, actually no misses. Nah, I'm sorry. The referee's positioned there trying so hard not to see Jericho's blatant cheating. Good grief. This motherfucker was practically hitting the fucking stanky leg trying to avoid eye contact right there. He was like... Dude, the amount of Canadian arse crack I saw right there, I don't even know what to say. Booker T and Goldust retain the titles after quite easily the best match on the show so far between two very talented teams.
Hey, so big plans for the holidays? You maybe going back to visit the folks?
Ooh, Rob, probably not the best question to ask. They were kinda eliminated at the start of the game. Yeah, they couldn't make it past the first circle. Fucking scrubs.
Christmas like that for you as a kid?
When I was a kid, I was kept in the basement where I tortured squirrels with razor blades.
Oh my God. Right on. Yeah.
Well, first of all, Kane, you did what? Second of all, RVD, don't enable this big red maniac talking about right on. Oh my God, these two were genuinely made for each other.
I thought you could use it to channel your energy. See, we're all hungry hippos. The marples represent obstacles in our life.
Oh no! No more down with the brown. Haven't I been down enough this holiday season? For fuck. Realistically, I'm only trying to go down Jerry Lawler's chimney and beat the fuck out of him with a pipe. Not my pipe, with a pipe.
That decision was complete bullshit!
No, hang on, that's a sound effect if I ever heard one. Hey, so internet, Rhea, Io, and Bianca being robbed of that WrestleMania main event was pretty trash, right? But CM Punk finally getting to main event WrestleMania, I mean, I think we can all agree that's gonna be—
That decision was complete bullshit!
Now, I'll be honest, on this 2-hour Raw, seeing this much D'Lo, Brown, and Tess isn't good for anyone's health, with all due respect. So I did you the pleasure of speeding it up in a way that would make Alvin and the Chipmunks proud. See, wasn't that a much better way of experiencing that whole thing again? Now we can all go enjoy our Christmas Eve like God intended.
Hey, that's really good.
Next.
Okay, apparently we've got Young Rock on this show. Does anyone know the last known location of Young Sheldon? I've got a great match for WrestleMania.
Sure are a greedy little girl, aren't you? Just like all these other greedy little kids. You all have all these dreams. Well, let me tell you what. Dreams don't come true. It's all a lie.
I don't know what's more distracting about this segment, Negative Saint Nick or the Kevin Dunn drunk GTHE ass camera work.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Who do I think I am? Me? My name's Sean O'Hare.
I don't care if this is a skit. I see Shane fucking O'Hare as Santa, and I'm mean mugging like that dad right there. I'm dead ass squaring up to Sean. And also, while we're talking about the people, this kid right here looks like a young Gru from Despicable Me. This motherfucker's out here talking about, after I beat up Sean O'Hare, I'm going to steal the moon.
And what? The moon is mine.
Steal the WWE.
I'll get my ass whipped. I know that. I'm not quitting my job.
Literally me when I'm playing Call of Duty as an objective player who just reset his stats and has no good guns. We then see a backstage segment with Ric Flair and Triple H where Rick tries to get him to forget about Steiner and go out on the town wooing and whatnot. But of course Triple H was like,
I'm gonna go out to the ring and call out Scott.
Here's the man who's about to make good on his word.
It's all about the game. It's all about controlling if you can take it.
I do the Triple H impression all the time, but please know two things. I don't think I'm actually any good at my impressions that I do in videos. They just make me laugh, and apparently many of you too. So I keep doing it because what the hell, sure. But also, it can't be expressed enough. It's all love for Triple H, okay? I'm not doing it as a disrespect thing. It's all love, okay? One of my favorites of all time. Can't express that enough. It's not a disrespect thing. I
love the game.
The gay community.
Now, I know I've said this before, but since y'all ain't real quick fighters.
No. This motherfucker sounds like Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. Triple H reiterates that he's not scared of Scott Steiner. He says he's not in my league, then calls him out.
You see, deal. It's exactly what I thought. Steiner. To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Big f***ing deal.
Well, the way
I couldn't really figure out what the most distracting part about this segment was. Was it Triple H being Triple H, Scott Steiner being Scott Steiner, or Ric Flair standing in the back like he's on Grove Street?
In an arm wrestling match, You guys bring that stuff down here. Come on. Bring that.
Ah, that's what that was all building towards.
Big f***ing deal.
Why? I mean, nobody loves ridiculous wrestling shenanigans as much as me, but did we need to build the whole night around that? Anyway, the arm wrestling contest begins after some hesitation, and Triple H randomly whips out one of the most random arm wrestling lockups I've ever seen.
The real deal.
My goat Triple H, he comes in from the sky because you're not expecting someone to drop out of the battle bus for an arm wrestling contest. You're not expecting that. That's why he's the cerebral assassin.
Nobody's getting the advantage.
I mean, hey, say what you will, but this is wrestling. Technically, I got you. I'm gonna kill myself.
Look at Triple H.
Triple H is one of the most dramatic wrestlers I've ever seen. What is this dude doing?
Look out! Look at
Okay, never mind. That was far more dramatic. You see this? I'ma keep it a buck with you. I'm not moved. I'm not moved. First of all, Kelly made Holla way more popular. I think I speak for everyone when I say
We have put off the inevitable as long as we possibly can.
That's right, folks. This show is about to be main evented by your commentary team, JR and Jerry Lawler. What if I just fucking ended the video right here? Would anyone care?
Look at the look,
Tim Ross Nuclear Pop Brackets 2002.
Mr. Bishop, I think that is a... Oh, no, that's not a hernia. That's just his gut.
A red card.
Anyway, this, quote, main event is just about as boring and pathetic as you'd expect, with Jim Ross being treated like the biggest star in the world.
No, he didn't just tag King.
He tagged! He tagged! That is not a legal tag! Hey! What on earth is he doing? What on earth is he doing?
The match was genuinely like a fever dream. The idea of Jimmy Balboa getting a hero's welcome, a hero's moment, and a hero's celebration. You know what? This is what? Fuck yeah, JR. That's what this business is all about. I couldn't tell you exactly what about is, my man. So, I guess you could ask me now, Deonte, what would you give that episode out of 10? I feel like I just got coal in my stocking.